Welcome to day 85. Today I want to talk about a hammer. A hammer, you can build things and you can create things. There's these two guys and they're both working on a construction site. Guy walks up to him and says, "What are you doing?" Guy says, "I'm making $10.50 an hour." The other guy says, "I'm building a house." They're both making $10.50 an hour, but one of them's got a mission. He wants to build a house. The other one, he just wants $10.50 an hour. What are you doing with your life? Are you building an incredible life? Are you taking actions to build character, or are you just making $10.50 an hour? We all have setbacks, and when I have a setback, I have a choice. I can learn from that setback, or I can be a victim about the setback. I can say and blame other people, or I can think, what do I need to do in order that this setback doesn't happen again? Now, when I'm building something and I'm using a hammer and I hit my thumb with the hammer, it hurts. You can see by my thumb, I've hit my thumb a couple times with the hammer, but it's not any major defect. It takes a few minutes after I hit my thumb with the hammer for the pain to start going down. Sometimes if I break off the nail, it might take a couple of days or even a week before the thumb starts to become normal again. But if I'm working on building a house and I'm not just trying to make $10.50 an hour, it's okay for a little bit of pain because I've built a house. What kind of life are we building today for ourselves and for our family and for our friends around us? How much are we working on building our own character to become better people? A lot of us want to be millionaires, multi-millionaires, billionaires, which I have no desire to be a billionaire, but a multi-millionaire is fine. I don't mind that at all. It's a lot of fun being a multi-millionaire. I bought my wife a car this weekend. I'm very proud of my wife because she had, H-A-D, a fear of flying. She hadn't flown since she was 18 years old. 30 years later, by herself. She hadn't flown by herself since she was 18 years old. 30 years later, she's 48 years old now, and she's probably going to kill me for this, but she's beautiful for 48 years old. She looks like she's about 30 years old. So I think it's pretty cool that she's 48 and looks like she's 30. Anyway, she flew to California and by herself. And then when she got to California, she navigated through the traffic in California. She made it there, she flew back, and I wanted to reward my wife. So I bought her a Lexus SUV. And she had a smaller Lexus SUV, I bought her another one. Now this one is beautiful. I mean, it's beautiful. The previous owner took immaculate care of this car. It's in tip-top condition. I bought it used, of course, at less than half of the brand new retail price. So I saved a tremendous amount of money on the front of purchasing the car for her. Last night I picked her up at the airport and I had the car parked and we out in the parking lot, and we went out in the parking lot, looked for a car. I said, I can't find it. I know I parked it here. And I brought her attention to a paper tag on this Lexus SUV. And I said, what does the name on that say? And she looked at it, and of course it was ours, Pace, and she just lit up like a Christmas tree. She was so happy. She's been kind of hinting for about the last 3 or 4 years that she wanted a different car, and so last night I was able to do that for her. Because I have used the law of compounding, and because I've used great habits to establish a positive net worth, I was able to buy that car. Now, one of the concerns I had was what I do with all my extra money is I put it into investments. Either I put it into stocks or I put it into real estate. So I have very little bit of cash just laying around that's not invested. So I had to find a way without selling a house or without selling stocks in order to buy that car for my wife. And so I looked at some of my accounts and I found an account that I have that's for capital reserve. And it had ample money in that account to be able to pay for the car with cash. Now I highly recommend buying things with cash whenever you can instead of financing, especially consumer goods, things that we're going to use for ourselves. Be sure to like this video. We really need you to like the video. That lets us know if we're on the right track. And also, if you haven't subscribed yet, please go ahead and subscribe. There are over 79 other videos that I've put together to help us to become successful. Success is achieving worthwhile goals, to help you to achieve the goals that you want to have in life. By really, this is not just theory, this is by actions that I've taken in order to become successful. If you take action, you can become successful. Thank you very much for watching.